Hi, my name's David Lawrence. I am a director, actor, musician, performer, teacher, dramaturg, always but more importantly tonight I'm here to introduce you to the Young Shakespeare Company. Is it 2015? 2015. So, in 1992 I was a student in the very first Sheillah Winn School Shakespeare Festival, I think it was called that then, back when it was one evening at Wellington East Girls College and the national finals was 10 schools. And look at what it has turned into in this ridiculous, grandiose theatre with all of these thousands of people. So, there are now many, many stages to what was once 10 schools over one Wednesday evening at Wellington East Girls College. And one of the facets that it's turned into, how many of you know what NSSP is? So, the selectors for NSSP have been working very hard this weekend to identify a certain number of you, so maybe 40, 48 people in September, October will go to an event called NSSP, the National School Shakespeare Production. Oh, I do know what that acronym means. Where you will spend a week working with other people that you might have met this weekend on 3 Shakespeare pieces with directors, and there'll be workshops and classes. So that's September, October of this year, and then some of you from that will go on to be members of the Young Shakespeare Company. So the Young Shakespeare Company are one of the many outlets that Sgcnz sends to the globe. There are all sorts of things. There's the Emerging Theatre Practitioners Program, so there are 5 people at the globe at the moment. There's Teachers Go Global, you'll meet one of those in a moment. Every alternate year there is the International Actors Fellowship, which I was a member of in 2013, and the guys that you are going to see tonight are this year's Young Shakespeare Company, so in a year's time, some of these people could be you. So I have had the great pleasure to spend a couple of hours yesterday and today in a room with them working out some things for you to see tonight. There won't be much Shakespeare. There might be some songs, there might be some monologues, there might be a piece of Monty Python, there might be some bits from... There'll be some bits from Into the Woods. It will be a thing. That's great. It will be a thing with some stuff in it. Oh my God, people are walking out already saying no musicals. But first off, I would like to introduce you to one of this year's Teachers Go Global teachers. So Annette Thompson, who is the regional rep for Canterbury, is going to show you... Go on down. Great. One of the things that you will know from this weekend is the way that the universal language of Shakespeare can be reappropriated and realigned to talk about virtually anything, and that's the joy of Shakespeare. Shakespeare looked at the world around him and was able to write and think and talk about it in a way that was both absolutely specific to the time that he was writing in, but so absolutely universal because he dealt with universal human nature. So, Annette Thompson.
I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth. 'Tis since the earthquake some 4 years past, and there begins my sadness. And indeed, it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame the earth seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy the air, look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire. Why, it appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapours. Grief makes 1 hour 10. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. When sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. One woe doth tread upon another's heels, so fast they follow. These external manners of lament are merely shadows to the unseen grief that swells with silence in the tortured soul. The grief that does not speak whispers the o'erfraught heart and bids it break. But I am a woman. When I think, I must speak and give sorrow words. The weight of this sad time we must obey. Speak what we feel, not what we ought to say. For it is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. The time of life is short. To use that shortness basely were too long. I never shall forget it. Of all the days of the year, upon that day, this one touch of nature hath made the whole world kin. Well, learn to jest in good time. There is a time for all things. And I should live 1,000 years, I never should forget it.
Are you ready for the Young Shakespeare Company 2015?
Hello, it's nice to see you all here. Well, as the more perceptive of you've probably realised by now, this is hell. And I am the devil. Good evening. But you can call me Toby if you like. We try to keep things informal here, as well as infernal. That's just a little joke of mine. I tell it every time. Now, you're all here for eternity, which I hardly need tell you is a heck of a long time. So you'll all get to know each other pretty well by the end. But for now, I'm going to have to split you up into groups. Will you stop screaming? Thank you. Now, murderers. Murderers? Ah, yes. Yes. Over here, please. Yep. Thank you. Looters and pillagers over there. Thieves, if you could join them. And lawyers. You're on that lot too. Give a shout if you're here. The French, are you here? That's great. If you'd just like to come down the back with the Germans. I'm sure you've got plenty to talk about. Christians. Christians? Yes. I'm sorry, I'm afraid the Jews were right, if you'd just like to... Right, this is a tricky one. Fornicators, if you could step forward. My God, there are a lot of you. If you'd just like to split up into adulterers and male adulterers. Male adulterers, if you'd just like to form a line in front of that small guillotine in the corner there, I'll be with you in a moment. Oh yes, and finally, atheists. Atheists, are you here? Yes. I bet you're feeling a right bunch of nitwits now, aren't you? That's that for proceedings. So, oh, hello. Are there any questions?
Is there a toilet?
Well, if you had read your Bible, you might have seen that it said there is damnation without relief. So, if you didn't go before you came, then I'm afraid you're not really going to enjoy yourself very much, but I believe that's the idea. Well, it looks like something's happening, but I'll catch you all later at the barbecue with Adolf. Bye.
So she says I am too low for her station. She says poor men are fools of her rich nation. True knowledge of I am too low for her station. I cannot sleep like the one in her lifetime. sickness, doctors come. Station cheese, where those are the rich men, she didn't do it for the candles, but I know they covered up the concrete station. From my reputation, shows of the census, doctors cover. Street station, she's where does she knows of the rich nation, Liverpool Street Station. I cannot say just go on and on. I've started taking politicians, sons of the sickness, doctors come. Liverpool Street Station. Where does she know of the rich nation, sons of the sickness, doctors come. Liverpool Street Station. Where does she know of the rich nation, sons of the sickness, doctors come. Liverpool Street. Where does she go? Where does she live? I just watched until she didn't ever give, and now I've got so sick that I know I never can deliver. Street. Where does she go? Where does she live? A place of work to me she didn't ever give, and now I'm writing letters that I know I never can deliver. Liverpool Street Station.
Once more unto the breach, dear friends, once more. Or close the wall up with our English dead. In peace, there is nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, imitate the action of the tiger. Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood. Disguise fear nature with hard favoured rage, and lend the eye a terrible aspect. Now, set the teeth, and stretch the nostrils wide. Hold hard the breath, and bend up every spirit to his full height. On, you noblest English! Yeah! I see you stand before me, greyhounds in the slips, straining upon the start. The game's afoot. Follow your spirit, and upon this charge cry God for hurry! England! St. George! St. George! Ignore me if you want. Alright, you got a real thing about it, eh? Chicks aren't allowed to piss on the street. Chicks aren't allowed to piss on the street. I tell you what, I don't tell you, stop pissing on the toilet. You do not tell me, stop pissing on the street. Anyway, I bet your missus does it all the time. That's what happens. Chicks go out and chicks piss behind walls. You know, in France, they don't even have toilets. They just like stand over a hole and piss into it. You know, it's a common misconception of piss that it's dirty. It's not. It's actually sterile. And that's why you should like piss in the shower. It stops you getting verrucas. Look, piss is good. It needs to go back to the earth. Like Mother Nature and all that. Or the Gaia hypothesis. Like, I get all this nutrition from like vegetables and cows, and I need to like restore. I
I'm not saying that. But if I eat like a steak, as well I might, then it's my duty to like give back what I have taken from the grass and taken from the soil. So yes, I am pissing on the street. But don't deny it. You think it's sexy too!
Good brother! I wondered where you were gone.
Been searching all night for her.
Her?
The beautiful one I danced the evening with.
Where'd she go?
Disappeared, like the fine morning mist.
She was lovely.
Ah, the loveliest.
I'm not certain of that. I must confess I too have found a lovely maiden. She lives here, in the woods.
In the woods?
Yes, on top of a tall tower that has no doors or stairs.
Where?
2 leagues from here, due east, beyond the mossig knoll, near the rose thickets.
And how do you manage a visit?
I stand beneath her tower and I say, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair to me. And she lowers the longest, most beautiful head of hair, yellow as scorn, which I climb.
Rapunzel. Rapunzel? What kind of name is that? Jest! Never heard of such a thing.
I speak the truth. She's as true as your maiden, a maiden running from a prince. None would run from us.
Yet one has. Did I abuse her or show her disdain? Why does she run from me? If I should lose her, how shall I regain the heart she has won from me? Agony beyond power of speech. When the one thing you want is the only thing out of your reach.
High in her tower, she sits by the hour, maintaining her hair. Blithe and becoming, and frequently humming a light-hearted air. Agony, far more painful than yours, when you know she would go with you if there only were doors. Agony, oh, the torture they teach. What's as intriguing
Or half so fatiguing as what's out of reach? Am I not sensitive, clever, well-mannered, considerate, passionate, charming, as kind as I'm handsome, and heir to a
You
throne?
are everything maidens could wish for.
Then why no?
I know
The girl must be mad.
you know nothing of madness till you're climbing her hair and you see her up there as you're hearing her, although I'm hearing her.
Always 10 steps behind,
Always sending low,
and she's just out of reach. Agony that can cut like a knife. I must have her to
Do I frighten you? Does your heart stop still? What is it? Can't stand the smell of me. It's just the smell of the river. Dark, muddy, deeper than dying. You'd smell too if you'd been here as long as I have. Thousands of years. Some of us goes forward, some of us goes back. Me, I've lived every which way, now, then, and ways away. Time when there was nothing but the river here and the fish a teeming. Time when the river will rage and weep tears all about furlongs and furlongs. Be here when they're all gone too. People's just a tiny scrap of it all. You forget. You think you's important. Rivers here long, long before people and long, long after people's gone. Rushing and a tumbling on. Rushing and a tumbling on. Here's the river crying now, like a fat old woman bloated on too much feeding. People think they knows it all. You listen hard enough, you hear the river groaning. Hear? Groaning with too much load. Ain't happy, ain't joyous like back when. River will feed and soothe you like a great mother, arms embracing and a stroking. She'll call for you, and you will long to be inside her. In a blink, she's a sucking you down and a sucking you under and a sucking you dead. We're waiting till wanna die. We're waiting till wanna die. You claim the river. You claim the river. Tell you something, and you're not to forget it. River never came here for people. People's just a borrowing it till they's gone. River's not yours to keep. You hear me? River's not yours to keep.
And now we have a short excerpt from William Shakespeare's The Empire Striketh Back.
The first time I saw her, everything in my head went quiet. All the tics, all the constantly refreshing images just disappeared. When you have obsessive compulsive disorder, you don't really get very many quiet moments. Even in bed, I'm thinking, did I lock the door? Yes. Did I wash my hands? Yes. Did I lock the door? Yes. Did I wash my hands? Yes. But when I saw her, all I could think about was the hairpin curve of her lip, or the eyelash on her cheek, the eyelash on her cheek, the eyelash on her cheek, the eyelash on her cheek. I knew I had to talk to her. I asked her out 6 times in 30 seconds. She said yes after the 3rd one, but none of them felt right, so I had to keep going on our first date. I spent more time organising my meal by colour than actually eating or talking to her. But she loved it. She loved the way that it took us forever to walk home because there are a lot of cracks in my sidewalk. She loved that I had to kiss her goodbye 16 times or 24 times if it was Wednesday. When we moved in together, she said she felt safe, like no one would ever rob us because I definitely locked the door 18 times. I'd watch her mouth when she talked, when she talked, when she talked, when she talked, when she talked. When she said she loved me, her mouth would curl up at the edges. She'd lay in bed at night and watch me turn the lights on and off and 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 off and on and off and on and off and on and off. She'd imagine the night, days and nights were passing in front of her. Sometimes when I'd start kissing her, she'd just leave because I was making her late for work. And when I stopped at a crack in the sidewalk, she just kept walking. And when she said she loved me, her mouth was a straight line. And last week she started sleeping at her mother's place. She said she'd let me get too attached, that this was all a mistake. How can it be a mistake that I don't have to wash my hands after I touch her? Love is not a mistake, And it's killing me. It's killing me that she can walk away from this, and I can't. I can't go out and find someone new, because when I do, I always think of her. Usually, when I obsess over things, I see bugs crawling into my skin. I see myself crushed by an endless succession of cars, and she was the first beautiful thing I ever got stuck on. I want to wake up in the morning thinking about the way she turns shower knobs like she's opening a safe, the way she holds the steering wheel, the way she blows out candles, blows out candles, blows out candles, blows out candles, blows out. Now all I can think about is who else is kissing her. He only kisses her once. Doesn't care if it's perfect. I want her back so bad. I'll leave the door unlocked. I'll leave the lights on.
Hey, I brought you some flowers. I hope you like them. Can you still like stuff? I mean, are the flowers that we put on your grave really for you, or are they for us, some way to make death seem happier and less final? You know, I was thinking the other day about when you were little, and I can remember this one time when you were trying to get our attention and we were just ignoring you, and so you went hooning around the living room 100 miles an hour, and then you went smack into the corner of the table. And you screamed, and Mum just got so frustrated. I mean, she was about to strangle you. And then I came along and picked you up. And you stopped crying. And I knew in that moment that I was your big sister. And that I would always be there to protect you. And I failed at that. And I'm so sorry. Yeah, but why did you do it? I mean, did you not think about how many people that you would be hurting? What was so wrong with your 15-year-old life that you couldn't handle it? There are people who love you, but you only saw the bullies, and so you took matters into your own hands without even approaching us. How is that fair? You know, when people tell you that it gets easier with time, well, they lied, because it doesn't. And you know what the worst part is? The worst part is that it was all my fault, because I could have been there. I mean, I could have called you, or I could have checked up on you, and this wouldn't have happened. And now I've got no one to laugh at, or cry with, or look after, and I'm not even a big sister anymore. But anyway, I bought you some flowers, so.
I love you too. Where's the on switch?
Hello?
Hello.
Look away, keep my shoulder steady. I don't need a helping hand. I can't stay. My heart isn't ready for another breaking If you make me stay, maybe I could learn to love again. I'll learn to love again. I'll learn to love again. Don't tell about, don't stitch me back together. I'm not broken in my mind, but my heart, well, that's another matter. I can't vouch for what you'll find, 'cause I gave it away, and that day I can't forget. It got thrown in my face, yes, that's grace, but it's not over yet. If you show me how, if you make me afraid, give me more than promises, 'cause I am so afraid. And if you help me learn, and if you make me stay, and maybe I could learn to love again. And if you show me how, if you make me brave, give me more than promises, 'cause I am so afraid. And if you help me learn, if you make me stay, and maybe I could learn to love again. I'll learn to love again. I'll learn to love again.
I'm here for an argument.
Certainly. So have you been here before?
No, this is my first time.
Right. Well, did you want the full argument, or were you thinking of taking a course?
What are the costs?
Well, it's £1 for a 5-minute argument, or £8 for the full course.
Okay. I think I'll start with a 5-minute and then see how it goes. Yeah?
Fine. I'll see who's free at the moment. Mr. DeBakey's free, but he's a little bit conciliatory. Ah, yes. Try Mr. Barnard, room 12.
Thank you.
What do you want?
I was told outside.
Don't give me that, you steaming pile of rat droppings!
What?
Shut your facetious gob, you boob! Your type makes me puke, you vacuous, toffee-nosed, malvolient, little wankbus. I came here for an argument. No, this is abuse.
I see.
Yes, you want 12A. It's just right next door. Yes.
I'm so sorry.
No, not a problem, not a problem, you stupid git.
Is this the right room for an argument?
I've told you once.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
When?
Just now.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I'm telling you I
You
did.
didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this the 5-minute argument or the full half hour?
Oh, just the 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Anyway, I did.
No, you didn't.
Look, let's get one thing quite clear. I most definitely told you.
You didn't.
Yes, I
No,
did.
you didn't.
Yes, I
No,
did.
you didn't.
Yes, I
No,
did.
you
Yes, I
didn't.
did.
No, you
Yes, I
didn't.
did.
No, this is an argument.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. You just contradicted me.
No, I didn't.
You did. Just said.
No, no,
yes,
no.
you did.
Nonsense.
Oh, this is futile.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. I came here for a good argument.
No, you didn't. You came here for an argument.
An argument isn't just contradiction.
Well, It can be.
No, it can't. An argument is a collected series of statements intended to establish a proposition. It isn't just contradiction.
Look, if I argue with you, I must take up a contrary position.
Yes, but it isn't just saying, no, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. An argument is an intellectual process. Contradiction is just the automatic gainsaying of anything the other person says.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's it. Thank you.
What?
Thank you. Good morning.
But I was just getting interested.
The 5 minutes is up.
That was never 5 minutes just now.
I'm afraid it was.
No, it wasn't.
Sorry. I'm not allowed to argue anymore.
What?
If you want me to go on arguing, you'll have to pay for another 5 minutes.
But that was never 5 minutes just now. Oh, come on. This is ridiculous.
I told you, I'm not allowed to argue unless you pay.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Well?
Well, what?
Well, that was never 5 minutes just now.
I told you I'm not allowed to argue unless you pay.
I just paid!
No, you didn't.
Yes,
No,
I
you didn't. Well, I'm very sorry, but you didn't pay.
Aha. Well, if I didn't pay, then why are you arguing? Uh-huh. Gotcha.
No, you haven't.
If you're arguing, I must have paid.
Not necessarily. I could be arguing in my spare time.
Oh, I've had enough of this.
No, you haven't.
Oh, shut up!
To the so-called nice guys who complain about being put in the friend zone.
Shut up!
Zip it! Close your mouth! Compassionate listener around female friends.
Then whining when your benevolence fails to result in booty.
As if there weren't better causes to whine about.
Like patriarchy.
Entitlement.
Valuing women on their ability to cure your boner as opposed to their actual personhood.
Newsflash!
Women are not slot machines that respond to your kindness with sex.
Thinking you are owed something for not being an asshole
makes you an asshole.
But you have decided that you are the victim.
Screwed by a woman's decision not to screw you.
We know these points have been made before, but there is still one question that everybody overlooks.
Who the hell complains about being put in something called the friend zone?
It sounds awesome! Like Time Zone, but for friends.
Everybody makes out like the friend zone is the worst place ever, but there are much worse places to be.
Like a McDonald's bathroom at 3 a.m.
The elephant graveyard.
You must never go there, Simba. All 9 circles of hell. All I can imagine is the most magical place in the world, where the humans are real, but the animals are cartoons that smile and talk to you.
And the sunflowers have faces and look down on their branches that say,
"Hey, I'm glad I'm grown and all, but these buds are nothing compared to the one standing next to me. Thank you for being a friend."
My friend zone is an island of opportunity, where there will be no creeps, only crepes, served by friendly pirates.
Oh, my best friend.
But no booty calls.
And you might not like being put in the friend zone.
Who doesn't want to be in a zone with its own theme music?
That goes, hanging with my friends in the friend zone, where everybody gets a high five.
There's a lot of people here, and we're happy to be alive.
There will be no suggestive texts in the friend zone.
No tit pics.
No unwelcome grinding.
No shady intentions disguised as kindness. Only actual kindness.
And a giant boat filled with s'mores.
Called the friendship.
And if that doesn't float your boat,
if real kindness is somehow disappointing,
then nobody wants your ass in the friend zone anyway.
The Force is with thee, Luke, but thou art not yet a Jedi.
'Tis Vader. 'Tis fate. Let it begin!
Ugh.
This is the end of thee, Luke.
Oh, horror! Oh, a pain too violent for words! Ow!
Join me, and I your training must complete.
I shall never join you. I would rather get wrecked.
Obi-Wan hath not told you about your father, Luke.
He hath told me. He hath told me the truth. You have slain him with no cause or mercy. You murderer! You vile, wretched murderer!
No. I am your father.
Sorry.
there's something wrong. It's been so long since I have been myself now. I need to find a way to move on. I need to find a way to be strong. I'm gonna find a way to move on. I'm gonna find a way to be strong.
Yes, I am a Major General. I am the very model of a modern Major General. I've information vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England and can quote the fights historical from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very well acquainted too with mathematical. I understand equations both the simple and quadratical of binomial theorem. I'm teeming with a lot of news. Oh dear. Lot of news. Got it! With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse, I'm very good at integral and differential calculus. I know the scientific names of beings, animalculus, and short matters, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I am the very model of a modern Major General. I know I'm mythic history, King Arthur's done so paradox. I answer hard acrostics, I have a pretty taste of paradox. I quote in elegiacs all the kinds of Heliogabalus and conics. I can floor peculiarities for Averroes. I can tell undoubted Raphaels from Jared Dowson's Ophanes. I know the curtain chorus from the frogs of Aristophanes. Then I can hum a fugue of which I've heard the music's dinner for. Oh dear, not again. Dinner for. That's a hard one. Oh, and whistle all the S from that infernal nonsense pinafore. Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic uniform and tell you every detail of Caractacus's uniform in short and matter, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I am the very model of a modern Major General. In fact, when I know what is meant by mamelon and ravelin, when I can tell at sight a Mauser rifle from a javelin, when such affairs as sorties and surprises I'm aware at, and when I know precisely what is meant by commissariat. In short, when I've No, in fact, when I have learnt what progress has been made in modern gunnery, when I know more of tactics than a novice in a nunnery, in short, when I have a smattering of elemental strategy, you'll say a better Major General has never strategy. And after all, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern Major General.
Uia mai koia whakahua tia ke ko ai te whare nei e.
Ko te kani!
Ko ai te teko ke una. Ko pai ke a, ko pai ke a.
Ahi!
Whakako pai ke a.
Ahi!
Whakako e tipua.
Ahi!
Whakako e tani whae. Ka upai ke a ki a hua.
Upakia!
Ke te whiti a koe ko ngauti a te rangi. Mea e nohure ke tamahine a te whiro nui. Nara e no kōrero tō tahe aue, aue, e koruru me koro e.
Io e ri!
Kia matara! Kia matara!
Tahu poteki! Maraka, maraka! Tahu poteki! Maraka, maraka! Tene te ruru te kou kou ne! Ihai mahi tiriti! Ihai maraka raka! Te upoto nui o te ruru te reto! Hepo, hepo, hea! Ka aua tea!
the Young Shakespeare Company.
Mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun, and snow be far more red than her lips red. If snow be white, white, then her breasts are done. If snow be white, then white, whites grow on her head. And yet, by heaven, I think my love is rare as any sheep alive. And yet, by heaven, I think my love is rare as any sheep alive. I've seen roses damasked, red and white, but no such roses as seen in her cheeks. In some perfumes is there more delight than in the breath that my mistress reeks. I love to hear her speak, yeah, well I know the music hath a far more pleasing sound. I grant I never saw a goddess go. My mistress when she walks and talks, she hits the ground. And yet, by heaven, I think my love is rare as any sheep alive. And